Let's start with regression discontinuity, and we're going to look at a research question: do scholarships improve students' college grades? And that might be one of the key points of the scholarship, is to create academic success in the students who receive those scholarships. However, just because there's a correlation between receiving a scholarship and getting high grades doesn't mean it's causal, because the type of person who's likely to win a scholarship is also likely to be the type of person who would do well in college. So how do you know if scholarships help? Well, one way is you could look at the SAT score cutoff for receiving a scholarship. For example, let's say you need a 1500 on the SAT to receive some kind of scholarship. Well, people who are just short of that, who have a 1490 or a 1480, aren't that different from people who have a 1500 or 1510. And we're going to use this as the source of exogenous variation. So if our data looks like this, for example, we see a positive correlation between SAT score and GPA, and of course we know that everybody to this side of the line receives a scholarship, and everybody to this side of the line does not receive a scholarship. So we're going to use that random cutoff point to help us figure out the effect of a scholarship on grades. And essentially, we're going to attribute any sudden jump in grades that happens at the 1500 mark to the scholarship. The other relationship between the grades is going to be associated with this gradual incline. And we can attribute that sudden bump up to the scholarship. And in a regression, the equation for this particular line would match up with this. So our dependent variable here, or our response variable, is GPA. That's on the y-axis. Beta naught is our y-axis intercept. It's right here. I've labeled it. Plus beta 1 times the SAT score. And this beta 1 is going to give us the slope of this line. And that is equivalent to the slope of this line. So the slope associated with an increase in SAT score is the same on both sides of the discontinuity point. And then finally we have beta 2, which is just a dummy variable for whether or not the score is 1500 and above or below 1500. In other words, this is associated with getting the scholarship, although we're using the SAT score as a proxy for that, of course. And beta 2 is going to represent this distance, the sudden jump up. And really, the way you can think about that is if you projected this one backwards, it would be the sudden jump up associated with getting the scholarship. And that's also exactly equivalent to this distance here. And that's roughly how regression discontinuity works.